Chris's was basically take this simple structure that doesn't seem out of place in a rural landscape that has barns and sheds and utilitarian buildings in it. Create this real simple shelter and then kind of tuck these spaces up underneath it, leaving some areas as outdoor or mostly outdoor, and enclosing some of those areas so that they're indeed fully indoor spaces, and then have leave these areas of ambiguity between, is this an fully indoor space, and is this a fully outdoor space? And your view kind of trickles in and out from this porch back into the living room. They kind of, those two spaces kind of blur. So that's really the idea. That's the idea of most of my projects, but most designs is that's the big idea. There is this path that travels through the house, and you start on that path as soon as you step underneath the edge of the roof, and then you walk past the garage. But visually, as you approach the door, it's glass. So as you get close to the door, you see that your view passes through the door, across the stairs, into the office, out the other side of the office, and then back onto the porch, and then out to the view. And I think of that as sort of stitching all these things together. But that line is really important. This roof edge is really important because it says, this is where the edge of the shelter is, and then you got this one little wayward space that says, screw you, I'm going to hang out over the landscape. And this is his office. That's that one space that is not strictly living. It's like, this is where I go right, this is where I step. He kind of steps outside of his role of guy who lives in the house to writer when he walks through this door, and this space steps out. He's literally stepping outside of that life. I mean, that sounds maybe kind of esoteric, but I believe in it. And it's that live workspace that's sort of is where that happens. And it does it by being outside of this edge. It does it by turning 10 degrees off of the geometry of the rest of the house. And it's clad differently too than the rest of the house. So it's that special little room that kind of departs from the logic of the rest of the house.